Hello, today we will once again be focusing on operations involving exponents. This time we will take a look at dividing like and unlike bases with exponents. First, let's consider how to deal with negative exponents. When we have, for example, x to the negative first power, all we have to do is invert the number, leading it to 1 over x, and this causes the exponent to become positive. Similarly, we can do the same thing with x to the negative 2, causing it to become 1 over x squared. These two values are equivalent, however we often prefer the second one as it has a positive exponent. Now, regarding negative exponents, the opposite is also true when we have a fraction with a denominator and a negative exponent. We can simply send it to the top. Whenever we have a negative exponent, we can simplify it first, simply by inverting the value. Okay. Now let's consider a situation where we have to divide the exponents. If you recall from multiplying exponents, when we have like terms using the same variable, we can simply add the exponent values together on the same base. When we're dividing, on the other hand, all we have to do is subtract the values. However, one thing we need to decide before beginning any problem is deciding if we want to add or subtract them within the numerator. Now, in this first problem, our choice does not matter, simply because the exponent values on both the numerator and the denominator associated with our base m are the exact same. So, we can either decide to invert the denominator m to the top, or we can move the numerator m to the bottom, and it would result in the same value. So for example, let's first move the denominator and invert it into the numerator. This will simply result in m to the fourth power minus the fourth power over 2, which will result in 1 over 2. Now let's consider the second problem where we have, once again, a negative exponent. In these situations, as per usual, it makes the problem much easier to invert the negative exponent and convert it into a positive exponent. Here, we can simply move the x to the negative first power into the denominator by inverting. And now this can be simplified as such. As a final example, let's consider this problem where the numerator has the exponent of 3 and the denominator has an exponent of 2. In this case, we can simply invert the r squared from the denominator into the numerator, and then subtract.